What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Sunday, March 20th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 7-game slate here tonight. So let's take a look at the point guard position. Here's a stud pick for you. I just think he's still a little bit too cheap. I like James Harden from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Toronto Raptors, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They've been pretty good versus opposing point guards, but James Harden has averaged 51.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 37 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. He's projected at 53.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 10,100 DraftKings salary, 100 less on FanDuel, and Vegas thinks there's going to be 223.5 points scored in this game. And James Harden has scored 59, 44, and 54 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 41, 42, and 39 minutes. So I like this pick because he's playing monster minutes, and with those kind of minutes, he's got that 60 plus fantasy point upside, coming in right around 10K. So I like James Harden here versus the Toronto Raptors. Okay, now if you're looking for a value play, take a look at Nickeil Alexander-Walker from the Utah Jazz playing the New York Knicks, who have a good defense overall, middle of the pack defending opposing point guards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has averaged 21.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 24 minutes per game with a 25% usage rate. The last 2 games, he played 32 and 22 minutes, scored 28 and 26 fantasy points, and he's only 3,800 DraftKings salary, 400 more on FanDuel. So I think he can score 20 fantasy points or more here and get you over 5 times value. Vegas thinks there's going to be 222.5 points scored in this game. So I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker as a value play here versus the New York Knicks. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. Let's see, who do we got here? Okay, I guess this is my shooting guard. I like Evan Fournier, also eligible at the small forward position. Evan Fournier from the New York Knicks playing the Utah Jazz, who have a good defense overall. They've been pretty good versus opposing shooting guards, but Evan Fournier has averaged 24 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 30 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. So if he scored his season average, that'll be a little under 5 times value because he's 5,400 DraftKings salary, but he has 700 less on FanDuel. So I love that FanDuel price. But Evan Fournier's been hot. He scored 32, 31, and 38 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 34, 27, and 33 minutes. And my guess is his ownership will be low. I don't think he's on a ton of people's radar, but he has been playing well, playing a bunch of minutes, and he's been super productive. So I think he can score 30 fantasy points or more here and get you 5 times value or more on DraftKings and crush value on FanDuel. So I like Evan Fournier here versus the Utah Jazz. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like DeAndre Hunter from the Atlanta Hawks playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They've been pretty good versus opposing small forwards. DeAndre Hunter, now he's averaged 21.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 30 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate, but he's in the same boat as Evan Fournier. He's been playing a bunch of minutes and he's been super productive, scored 28, 29, and 33 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 29, 36, and 33 minutes. He's $5,200 DraftKings salary, $200 less on FanDuel. I think he can score 26 fantasy points or more, get you 5 times value or more. Vegas thinks there's going to be 232.5 points scored in this game. And let's see how he's done against the Pelicans. Only 1 game history here, scored 17 fantasy points. So there is a little bit of risk with this play here, but I think he's playing enough minutes where he should be able to hit value. Now, I would probably play Evan Fournier on FanDuel and DeAndre Hunter on DraftKings, but I like DeAndre Hunter here versus the New Orleans Pelicans.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. Here's a value play. This is a DraftKings value play. I like Moritz Wagner from the Orlando Magic playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Moritz Wagner has scored 29 and 36 fantasy points in the last 2 games, playing 28 and 22 minutes. Now, he's only averaging 14 minutes per game on the season, although he was averaging 15.3 fantasy points per game in those limited minutes. So his point per minute, yeah, it's 1.17 fantasy points per minute. So if he can play 22 to 28 minutes here tonight, he should be able to crush value on DraftKings because he's only $3,900 DraftKings salary. Now, he is $900 more on FanDuel, so probably a DraftKings play for me. And Vegas thinks there's going to be 227 points scored in this game. So I like Moritz Wagner as a DraftKings value play here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz playing the New York Knicks, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing centers. But Rudy Gobert has averaged 41.9 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 32 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. You guys are probably tired of me picking Rudy Gobert, but I just don't understand why he's still under 8K. I mean, look what he's done in the past 3 games. Scored 47, 53, and 38 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 26, 33, and 31 minutes. So he's been crushing value. He's projected at 41.2 fantasy points here tonight, and that's 5.4 times value. So just getting his season average is well over 5 times value, and then we know he's got that 50-plus fantasy point upside. He's 7,700 DraftKings salary, 200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 222.5 points scored in this game. He scored 54, 43, 42, and 47 fantasy points in his last 4 games versus the Knicks. Really has gotten over 5 times value in his last 4 games in general. So he's been on a roll, and I just still think that he's underpriced. So I like Rudy Gobert here versus the New York Knicks.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.